Still feel like a 21-year-old traveling around the world. Hello and welcome to the video. Woo! This is going to be another day in the life. It's my last week as a 20-year-old. I turned 30 on Saturday. So I just thought I'd do an average day. What does that look like in my final week in my 20s? God, it's scary. Just hit a good gym session, as you saw. I'll talk to you a bit more about what I'm doing in the gym because I've started a new program and a new running program. So let me get to the office and then I'll just explain a bit more in detail about what that looks like. I've got some thoughts about my 20s, turning 30, what I want to achieve in the next 10 years. It's all getting very real. I still feel like a 21-year-old traveling around the world. Jeez. Oh, just arrived.
First floor.
Morning. First things first, big gym session. Just going to smack a breakfast. Get this down me, get some good protein in. And then once I've finished this, I will explain a bit more about my health and fitness journey, why I've started a new program, and a bit more about that stuff. Okay, breakfast done, and actually I got a bit carried away with some work and a meeting already, so how good. I did say I was going to explain what I'm doing health and fitness wise, and I'm true to my word. So, as I've just said, I'm actually turning 30 years old on Saturday, which is scary. Exciting, but it's damn scary. And recently I've hit a bit of a blip with my health and fitness in the sense that I'm getting quite scared. I'm getting quite scared of my overall joint health, mobility, pains that I never used to have, just overall stuff that I'm not comfortable with being like this. I'm not comfortable being in this much pain as a 29-year-old, specifically in my hips. I think since I've started running a lot more seriously the last 2 years, my hips have just really struggled with that. They're not used to it. As an ex-pro rugby player, I never used to do this sort of stuff. And also, remember, when you're a professional athlete, you have access to some of the best services in the world. You have access to physios whenever you want, ice baths, the best nutrition, acupuncture, all that sort of stuff, completely for free, and as many times a day as you want. So I've gone from a life where I was getting physio 3 times a day and a massage whenever I felt any kind of soreness, to now all self-sustaining mobility work, and I'm in complete control of my health and fitness, and anything to do with my body and health, it's all to do with me. And I think that's just slowly taken its toll over the years. It's only now, I think, because I'm turning 30 that I'm now really seriously thinking about it. And it's kind of just got me doing some thinking that I don't want to be in this position when I'm 39 or 49. I want to actually increase my health and fitness and mobility from where I am today. Instead of slowly decline with age, I want to be even fitter than I am now when I'm 39. Because of that, I've started a new program called Knees Over Toes. A lot of you will probably be familiar with this guy. It's a guy called Ben Patrick. He's famously called knees over toes guy. I followed his stuff for a long time because I've had chronic knee pain with surgeries from rugby. So I've finally decided to commit fully to his program and see what comes of it. It's exciting. It's not really that entertaining at the moment because I'm just learning movements, but I'm being patient with it. This is a program that, if done right, I think I can do for the rest of my life. So the point of it is, I think, is to be doing mobility training and strength training at the same time. So getting strong through full range of motion. That's not to say that I'm not going to be doing more challenges and high rocks and marathons and triathlons. I'm still going to be doing that, but this is just my holistic strength training program, what I'm working on now. So that's the update on my health and fitness side of things. I hope I didn't bore you too much, those of you that don't really care about health and fitness, but I think some of you do. I am going to go work because I need to get some stuff done. I'm trying to be more proactive this week and more organized with my content schedule. I've been doing a lot of goal setting and content on goal setting recently, and so now it's time for me to actually execute on the goals that I've set myself. So bear with me, I will catch up with you guys later in the video. Ta-da. All right, lunchtime. I messaged some friends, but no one replied, or they're all busy. So I'm gonna have a solo lunch, heading to a healthy-ish spot, which is relatively cheap for what you get. High protein, needed. Here we go. Lunch is served. Take a look at this. Fuck, how do I do this? There's the protein. There's the protein we're after. One thing that I'm trying to do at the moment, since I quit my job, is prioritizing my time. So as you can imagine, if you don't plan things out in advance, then you can spend the whole day, well, I can spend the whole day working on things that are great and fun, but maybe not achieving things that I actually need to achieve in order to move things forward. So, on that note, what I've been doing now is setting clear focuses for the day, for the week, setting time for creative stuff, so content like this. However, what I'm doing now is actually allocating time in the day and in the week to think more commercially. For my personal content, for the podcast, for the business that I'm working on, it needs to make money at some point, right? Otherwise, I'm gonna have to get another job and get some income. I was guilty of it at the end of 2024 when I did quit my job, is not actually having a commercial plan in mind. It was really when I bumped into Simon Squibb, actually. We actually spoke quite a bit after that, and he was like, well, why haven't you got a plan in place for this? Why haven't you got a plan in place for this, for the podcast? And he spoke about his podcast and how he gets sponsors and how every time he releases an episode he makes money, even though he loves doing it, all that sort of stuff. And it got me thinking that I just hadn't thought enough in depth about that kind of stuff yet. So yeah, there's a little bit of insight for you. I'll see you in the afternoon. All right, just leaving the office now. It's about 6 p.m. I've got some good work done. My eyes are absolutely killing me from staring at the screen all day. But no, got some good stuff done. Got some content done. I've been working on my newsletter, working on the podcast commercial plan as well. I've got a big meeting with my producer tomorrow. But looking ahead of the podcast, like what's the next step? What's the next step on this content journey that I'm on? And trying to think a bit more strategically about everything. So it's been a good day. But wow, my eyes hurt. Getting the bus home now, and then I'm probably gonna say it out loud, so I do. I'm probably gonna go do some cardio. I would normally run, but I've got this big running challenge on the weekend, so I'm tapering this week, and my foot is killing me. One thing I've got to mention is the newsletter that I was just writing was actually the top 20 lessons from my 20s. Weird, I've done a lot of reminiscing this week about this sort of stuff, and writing stuff like that really took me a long time. It takes me a long time to think about the whole of the last 10 years and what I've really learned from it. And if I could go back and tell anyone who's just turned 20, or myself who's just about to turn 20, what would I tell myself? What lessons would I give myself? I'll leave a link for it in the description if you are interested. It was a nice one to write. It was a nice one to write. Oh, I'm gonna miss the bus, gonna miss the bus, gonna miss the bus. session done. All right, well, guys, thank you for joining. That is going to do it for today's day in the life vlog. I do like doing these. I've changed my style of video recently, but I'm going to go back to these. I'll mix it up a bit. This is the final vlog that I'll do in my 20s. It's scary times. I turned 30 on Saturday. I'm having a big party in the evening with my closest friends, and I'm doing a big running challenge in the morning, Saturday morning here in Hong Kong. And it's the first of its kind that I've ever done. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm quite nervous because I don't know how many people are going to turn up and what's going to happen, but got to risk it. Hopefully it's something cool that we can all do together. And next week's video is obviously going to be all about my 30th birthday and the running challenge and the party and everything around that. Those of you that follow me on my other forms of social media, I've been doing a bit of reflecting recently about my 20s and how I feel about turning 30. To be honest with you, it is a bit scary. I do think it's a big chapter, and reflecting on my 20s has actually been quite emotional the last couple days or weeks. Looking back at all the moments that have happened, all the significant memories and turning points. And I look back on them with fond memories, but also there's been some really tough ones in there as well. And when you actually sit down and look at the photos and you think about these key moments in your life, or in my life over the last 10 years, it does get you thinking about a lot of things. And I'm very happy to be where I currently am today, with my beautiful wife, with my amazing friends, in a city that I love living in a life that I'm really enjoying living. But that's not to say that everything's easy, and everyone goes through challenges at times. It's been an emotional ride, to be honest, the last week. I'm excited for the next chapter. Let's see what it holds. I'm sure it's going to hold a whole bucket load of surprises. If 20-year-old me looked at where I am today, there's no way I would have guessed at 20 years old that I would be here today where I am. For better and worse, I thought I'd still be playing professional sports by now, to be honest with you. God knows what 39-year-old Pete's going to be up to. I hope it's more of the same. I hope all the good things in my life at the moment just get better. I hope that everyone that I love is still healthy. That's the most important thing. Well, thanks for joining. I hope you enjoyed the video. It was a bit of a mixed one today. But if you've made it this far, feel free to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on the 30th birthday shenanigans in next week's video. Lots of love, guys. Bye.